A noble cause.
Noble? We're thieves, Dad. And what we're stealing is, let's face it, garbage.
It isn't stealing if no one wants it.
If no one wants it, why are we stealing it?
We are not.
Let's just say we have different points of view.
Hey, that was a clip from the movie Ratatouille. What do you think? Did you understand it? There was an idiom in it. Did you hear it? Hello, my name is Dakota, and if you've ever walked out of an English class thinking, hey, I'm beginning to really understand English only to be totally frustrated when you sat down and watched an American movie. You may have understood most of the words being spoken, but you couldn't understand the meaning. Having a clear understanding of English is so important, whether it's being used in school, social situations, or in your professional life. English has become the common world language, and regardless of why you're trying to learn it, it is essential that you understand the true meaning of what is being said. To do so, you must understand idioms and phrasal verbs. This is why I'm making these videos. I want to help you learn about idioms and phrasal verbs, but more importantly, I want to do it in a fun and enjoyable way. Learning a new language can be so boring. I'm hoping that by using movies and TV shows, you'll be able to enjoy the learning process more. There will be 7 idioms or phrasal verbs examined in each of these videos, and there will be an initial series of videos analyzing about 100 idioms and phrasal verbs. The number of these phrases will quickly ramp up to more than 1,000 idioms and phrasal verbs as more videos are uploaded. These videos would be great for teachers as well. So sit back and relax, and let's learn about idioms and phrasal verbs.
Okay, let's take a look at our first phrase. Our first phrase is the idiom, give me a hand. The meaning of this idiom is, to help, to aid, or to assist. An example would be, hey mom, standing in this water is not easy. Can you give me a hand? Alright, now let's take a look at some movie clips that provide examples of this idiom.
Joan! Give me a hand over here.
Who am I, Smith or Joan? Liv.
What the hell is that?
I think that's the weak element, sir.
Give me a hand.
See, you?
There's no way that could get way down in there like that.
Unless somebody shoved it in there.
She'll be easier to print when we turn her over. Lamar, will you give me a hand with this?
Yes, sir, I will.
Great. Now let's look at our second phrase. This is the phrasal verb, counting on you. The meaning of this phrasal verb is, to depend on someone to do what you want or expect them to do. An example of this phrasal verb is, hey guys, I sure hope the rope attached to that basket is strong enough to carry me. I'm counting on you. Great, now let's look at some movie clips that provide examples of this phrasal verb.
That team will put him out of commission like that. Jesus Christ, I can't even snap my fingers anymore. Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's not there, Max. Now look, don't get crazy on me. I'm counting on you.
And we hope you'll sign a contract to appear 5 times a year. Perhaps, convince some of your friends in the movies to do the same. We're counting on you.
Yeah, I'd like you to make sure that he's there when I get there. And look, this is second chance for him. They don't get... That's correct. All right, so I'm counting on you to help me help your son. Thank you very much. Put him back on the line, please.
Fantastic. Let's continue on with our third phrase. This is the phrase, toying with. The meaning of this phrasal verb is, to consider. To think about briefly and not very seriously. To treat someone without seriousness. An example of this phrasal verb is, Mary is just toying with Tom. She actually already has a boyfriend. Now let's take a look at some movie clips that provide examples of this phrasal verb.
He is Gusto's son.
This can't just happen! The whole thing is a setup! The boy knows! Look at him out there, pretending to be an idiot, He's toying with my mind like a cat with a ball of something.
String?
I don't think he wants me to, Mr. Luthor.
All right, Luther, where's the gas pellet?
Somewhere. In the back of my mind, actually. This is a little idea I was toying with.
Is that how a warped brain like yours gets its kicks?
You're awkward. You're clumsy. They can see how desperate you are. You know this. You said it yourself.
Look, don't go by that girl tonight. She was nothing. I was toying with her.
Oh, face it, Alan. You may be very sweet, but you're not sexy.
So we've now finished 3 phrases. What do you think? Are you enjoying these videos? We have more of these free videos online, and we're working hard to add more each week. It takes a lot of time to create this content, and we could really use your help. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get no emails or any other messages sent to your social media. We really need your help. Great work! As I said, we're now going to discuss our 4th phrase. Our next phrase is the idiom, for a living. The meaning of this idiom is, to have as one's job. A way a person can support themselves financially. An example of this idiom is, some people go on the internet to enjoy themselves, but I work on the internet for a living. Excellent, now let's look at some clips from movies that provide examples of this idiom.
Glad you find it humorous.
Let's go.
$2, that's all you're gonna leave?
That's 15%.
That's 13%. These people depend on tips for a living.
Watch your kids going! How many times I have to tell you? Man, this past your bedtime! Go on.
Hey, what are you kids up for? Well, that looks pretty good. You guys should do this for a living.
We're aware of
Exactly what you said it, sitting around.
Dan,
It's a dangerous story for this paper.
What if your boys get it wrong?
then it's our ass, isn't it? All right, we all have to go out and work for a living.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
These are villains, Amanda. What makes you think you can control them?
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest for the national security of the United States is what I do for a living.
That's terrific. We're now going to look at our 5th phrase. This is the idiom, none of your business. The meaning of this idiom is, we use this to tell someone that this is private information and should not be asked about. An example of this idiom is, I'm not going to answer your question because it is personal and it's none of your business. Outstanding. Now let's look at some movie clips that provide examples of this idiom.
No. One minute. What did you say? Would you kindly repeat it?
What I said is none of your business.
I will make it my business.
Are we invited to the wedding?
Well, I might use you for a bridesmaid, Roy.
Uh-oh.
How are you, Murphy?
Hildy?
What are you getting married for, Hildy?
None of your business.
You ain't fooling us, are you, Hildy?
Fooling. Look what I've got in here. 3 tickets to Albany on the 6 o'clock train.
I'll be in the other room if you need me, sir. Excuse me.
What's the matter with her?
Well, listen. I don't know. It's really none of my business.
Your wife's none of your business?
Wait, you don't understand.
You're doing great. Let's look at our 6th phrase. This is the idiom, makes sense. The meaning of this idiom is, to have a clear meaning and be easy to understand. An example of this idiom is, thank you for explaining that to me. Now it makes sense. Great. Now let's look at some movie clips that provide examples of this idiom.
No, it totally makes sense. It's like a giant beehive. They're the workers, and that's their queen.
Look at it, it's not a flight. Every airport has an overflight curfew from 10 to 6, Burbank included. And that top number is today's date, but reversed, like the European way, which makes sense when you look at FLT and you think, it's not flight, it's probably flat, like apartment.
It's gotta be hers, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, she's gotta be the Black Badger. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, she's had access to the encryption code, and she's so hot and bothered about putting this whole thing on you. It's gotta be her.
Okay, we've come to our last phrase. This is the idiom, point of view. The meaning of this idiom is to have an opinion, a way of thinking about something. An example of this idiom is, okay, I really do understand what you're saying, but I happen to have a different point of view. Excellent. Now let's watch some movie clips that provide examples of this idiom.
We're thieves, Dad. And what we're stealing is, let's face it, garbage.
It isn't stealing if no one wants it.
If no one wants it, why are we stealing it? Let's just say we have different points of view. This much I knew.
I mean, it's not like the money belongs to anybody.
That would be one point of view.
Yeah. Except it's not a point of view shared by the ATF. Once we make this evidence, it belongs to us.
You know, leans down and Nixon says to him, "You're gonna be okay, son. You're gonna be all right." And right then, the guy dies.
I don't get it.
Think about it from that guy's point of view, okay? The guy who died.
Congratulations, you've completed the video. I hope that you will now understand these phrases when you hear them in the future.